Yeah, I grew up actually just about a mile and a half from here, so Goltry, Oklahoma. The freedom to be out in the field and do what we wanted and be around animals and in the creek and all those things of just kind of being out in the wild, so to speak, and falling down and getting up and having a good time and being out in nature. Yeah, I feel like a lot of people want to get back out into rural areas. I grew up here, and then I went to probably the most densely populated place in the world of Hong Kong. I basically lived on top of people, lived in the 63rd floor of a building and did that for a decade, learning about kind of the value-added processing supply chain of agriculture, and of course a huge consumer in Asia. Never been happier really to be back in open space, and it was good to go, but it's even better to come back, and I think people that did not grow up in rural areas and on a farm are starting to enjoy that, and we're doing a little bit of that right here today. So, but my dad, he was an agronomist with Oklahoma State and a passionate farmer, passionate about agriculture. Loved to work hard. That's the other piece that comes with being a kid on a farm, is learning a hard work ethic. And my dad instilled in me hard work, entrepreneurship, doing things a little bit differently, taking pride in our work, I have to say. But it's more than that for me. It's about value adding, what we're growing here locally, and what we're doing, what I've been working on since 2016, and we're trying to turn what a lot of people think of as a commodity into an ingredient, into a food ingredient. So before I got into the brewery business, I acquired a company that was supplying malted wheat and barley to other breweries and distilleries, and we still do some of that today. We actually had a lot of trouble trying to get breweries around the state and neighboring states to really see an appreciation and differentiation for local grain. And so we decided to create the brand ourselves, and really talk about the power of what we say is getting Oklahoma dirt to work, or getting Oklahoma, Kansas dirt to work, getting area dirt to work, and the value-added processing side. And that's really what I'm working to do. And the brewery is a step in that direction. It also allows you to put an end product in somebody's hand. And we do beef as well. We're starting on a path of actually doing bread from local grain. And so beer, beef, and bread is where we're headed. There was a question, what are you doing to make your product sustainable? And there was an answer to that. But the more I've been in the food chain, and especially being back here, what we're doing and creating ingredients from local product is the sustainability is not just, this is how we make things sustainable. It's what we do from the very beginning. And a lot of that is just replenishing the resources. So this facility behind me is our Sidwell seed facility, and we raise all registered certified seed. It starts at foundation, registered certified. We do that for the public varieties. We do it for West Red, also Lima grain, but we're also getting into some of the heritage grains, they call them. So this wheat actually growing right here is what's called Turkey Red. This was, I think, from back in the 40s, 50s. You'll see that it's a very tall wheat, kind of like the Tams. So we are working on, not only the latest and greatest technologies that have good disease resistance, yield, potential, protein, and all this, but we're also working on these specialty grains, heritage grains for craft breweries, craft bakeries, and with our flour business that we're getting ready to launch, we're looking at more of these kind of heritage supply chains, because again, that's what the consumer wants. They're excited about being able to say, hey, can you do this? And I say, yes. How much do you want and when do you want it? And then it determines how many acres I plant. So we can literally, take the orders in the supply chain because we control the supply chain.